Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to another Plan With Me video. This is going to be my weekly spread for the first week of November. So let's go ahead and just jump in. If you've watched my videos before, you know that the very first thing that I like to do is just kind of give myself a blank canvas. So this time I'm going to do things a little bit differently. And if you have my planner, you can follow along, but what I'm going to do is actually change this entire layout. I'm going to do things, like I said, just a little bit differently here. So I'm going to come up to these 4 squares here. These are my thumbnails. And you might find you're on thumbnails, favorites, or outlines. Make sure that you're on outlines. Of course, if you're in mine, and you're going to scroll all the way to the bottom. And I have these 4 alternative layouts. So there are really only 2 different styles of layouts, but each of them has a Sunday start or a Monday start. So I'm going to stick with the Monday start, and I'm going to do the weekly layout. So I'm just going to click on that page. So from here, I'm going to hit this little export button, and I'm just going to export this page as an image, and then hit export and tap copy. So now I'm going to come back to my weekly spread. And I'm just going to tap here and hit paste, and I'm going to resize this, and I'm going to crop it. And I'm just going to crop into this box, which is the only part that I really want to replace. And then I can size it down a little bit, and just until I get it where I want it to fit in here. And I'm going to still crop a little bit off the top here and off the side, so it's just a little bit closer so I don't have any overlap issues. And I'm going to hit done. And again, just make sure that I have got it the size that I want it to be now. And then if you do like this layout better, I highly recommend just tapping it one more time and hitting add element. And then you can put that in like your digital planning folder, for example. And this way, anytime that you want to use this layout instead, you can easily just go to your elements and input it into your weekly plan. So now let's get to the part where I make everything else a blank canvas. So I do the same thing that I was talking about before. Go to your elements, and then you can tap on this and go to your folders if you have folders. So here's my digital planning folder, and I'm just going to tap the white square that I have here. Come to my picture tool, tap it, and resize it to cover up what I don't want to see anymore. Do the same on this side. Okay, and now let's start decorating. I'm gonna come to my sticker pack. I want to use this as my background, I think, so I'm going to copy this, come back to my planner, paste this, tap on the picture tool, tap on this again, and I'm just going to make this bigger. And I actually think what I'm going to do, since this time I have this whole area is its own image, I'm just going to put this right on top of it to get the sizing right. I'm going to tap on this one, I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to paste it so it can fit directly on top. Perfect. So I've got these big squares up here, and I'm going to write November. So instead of doing what I usually do by adding text up here, I'm going to come into Procreate, and I'm just going to brush letter what I want. So I'm using a black or a blank background here, and I'm just going to take one of my script brushes. So I will leave a link to this one as a free download for you if you would like it. And I'm going to bring my size down to about 11, and I'm just going to write November. And I'm pretty happy with that, so I'm just going to copy that layer, come back, tap, and paste. And then I'm going to crop this, and I'm just going to crop in all of the edges. Hit done, and I'm going to place this over top here. All right, and I want this to stand out a little bit more, so I'm going to come back into Procreate, and I'm just going to alpha lock this layer by swiping with 2 fingers, and I'm going to fill this layer. So I want to change the color to one of the colors in the sticker set. So I'm just going to come to Value, tap on the hexadecimal, and I'm going to paste the code in, which is 541 425. And then I'm going to tap on this layer again and hit fill layer. I'm going to swipe down with 3 fingers, copy, come back to my planner, tap somewhere, hit paste, and I'm going to crop this again. So just crop it closely, and I'm going to resize this so they're the same size. So an easy way to get it close is to try to get the centers in a similar spot. So I know the center of this word is this part here at the beginning of the M, because Goodnotes will keep the center spot the same, and then it kind of expands outward as opposed to from the corner. So I'm just going to keep the center and pull it until it's as close as I can get it. And I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm going to pull this down, tap on this one. I'm going to cut it, move this up, and then paste this on top so it works kind of like a drop shadow. And yeah, I like this. I think this is really cute. So I want this middle row here to be for any kind of meal planning for the week. And then I'm going to use this top row here to put in any important dates or things that like have to happen. And then this bottom section will be for my to-do lists. So I'm going to use the same brush pen that I used for the title here, but instead I'm going to write out meal planning and tasks to complete. So coming back into Procreate, I'm going to hide that layer and start a new one. And I'm actually going to come to the wrench tool, go to Canvas, and I'm going to put my drawing guide on. I'm going to edit my drawing guide, and I'm going to make the color one that I can see. So maybe bring it up to this white. I'm going to make the thickness just a little bit thicker so I can see it. And I'm going to increase the grid size just a little and hit done. And I'm going to come back to the white I was using before, and I'm just going to write meal planning. And I'm going to write this on 2 lines. I'm going to resize all of this together, select my ribbon tool, and go to freehand. I'm going to zoom in here and just carve my way around the word planning. Grab the selection tool and bring this up here. Make sure they're in line. And then I'm going to duplicate this layer. Go to the bottom layer, alpha lock it. And I'm going to go back to the previous color by long pressing on the circle of color here. Tap on the bottom layer. Actually, I think I want to fill the top layer. So I'm going to alpha lock the top layer, fill it. And then I'm going to select it and kind of drag it over. I'm going to merge these together, copy by swiping down with 3 fingers, coming back to my planner, tapping, pasting, tapping again to crop. And I'm just going to resize this, put it in the center here. And then I'm just going to do the same here for the bottom. And I think one thing that I want to do is actually move these over for right now. So I'm going to grab the picture tool. And I'm just going to bring these to the bottom so they're out of the way. And I'm going to come to my sticker pack. And I'm going to take this gradient and I'm going to copy it, paste it. And I'm going to grab the picture tool. And I'm going to resize this as like a banner here. And we're going to do it this way instead. Let's be a little bit bigger in order to cover the gray that's there. And I'm just going to line that up nicely. Ah, that's good. Okay, so then I'm going to copy this one and I'm going to paste it. But I'm going to flip it around, just center it the best I can. And there we go. Okay, beautiful. And now I can come down here and put these where they need to go. So I'm just going to select this one. I'm going to cut it. And I'm going to paste it so that it's on top. And I think I want it to be a little bigger now. So just gonna resize that. And I'm gonna do the same thing. Perfect. You could of course do this with the days of the week or anything else that you want to. Just goes to show that you can really get as creative as you want to with this and make it your own. But it is always nice, I think, to have a sort of guide. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to my sticker pack, and I am going to take these circles. So I'm going to take just this color, and I'm going to paste 3 of them in here. And I'm working on the side here because anytime that you're working with stickers on top of stickers, it can get a little bit messy. So in that case, you'll have to use the picture tool to move them around. But then if you want to resize them as a group or anything, that, like I said, gets a little messy. So I always like to, if I feel like I'm going to want to use the lasso tool at all, like if I wanted to resize these together, then I don't want to do it over here because then I'm going to end up grabbing the images underneath as well. But I see I'm a little crooked, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to line these up with the edge, and that'll help me to keep these straight. So I'm just going to circle all of these and resize them. And once I think I'm happy with the size, I'm going to bring them back over here, select them at their bigger size, and copy them. If you copy them before that, they will copy at their smaller size before you resize them. And I'm just going to paste them over here. All right, and you could also do this for like your list of things to do, and I think I actually will. So what I'm going to do is do the same thing, but I'm going to come in and use the yellow of this one. And then I can actually like tick off when I finish it. So I'm going to hit copy, come back, and I'm just going to line these up. Okay, and then I'm just going to select all of these, and I am going to resize them just a little bit. I want them a little bit smaller, maybe even smaller, and then I'll just space them out again. Okay, and I think that looks pretty decent, so I'm just going to resize this one more time. Yes, okay. And select it and copy it. And I will paste this into each of these. Okay, and now looking at this, I almost feel like this is a little bit too much, so I'm going to delete these. Okay, and I can just write things in there. It's fine. But I do need to add circles up here for the dates. So it'll be starting with Monday, the 31st of October, and then going through the 6th of November. I think I'm going to do the dark color. So I'm going to come in to my sticker pack, and I'm going to make sure my lasso tool is on and on images. And I'm going to select 6 and 31. And I'm just going to come all the way through here, even though I'm going to get a bunch of numbers that I don't want, because I would rather them all be sized together the same. So I'm just going to paste this and kind of think about what size do I think looks good here. I've kind of been feeling the smaller sizes lately, so I am going to size this smaller. And I'm just going to make sure I'm on my picture tool, and I'm just going to tap these individual ones and put them where they need to go. And then I'm going to put a habit tracker on here. So I'm going to come back to my pictures. And I'm going to paste this here. Picture tool, resize. I'm going to put this up here. So I'm just going to come to my highlighters, hit edit, plus, and add in a custom color. 541425. And then I'm going to highlight this week. So that's going to be these dates. And then I think I'm just going to add some fall elements here. So I'm going to come to my sticker pack, and I'm just going to select these and place them randomly. grab my picture tool and just start moving these around. And I'm going to kind of put them all over the page, similarly to my monthly, just so I can keep a little bit of consistency here. Okay, and I think the last thing I want to do is just kind of draw a few little dots here and there. So I am going to come into my colors, add a custom color, and I'm going to use that same 54142 and I'm just going to draw in some dots, maybe a few little wispies. And I'll also add in some white. Okay, and I think I'm happy enough with that for the week. It's again a little bit crazy, but I kind of like it. This is definitely a different layout for me, but I was just trying to illustrate how you can really get, creative with your layouts and do something entirely different. If you wanted, you could completely cover up this page and get really creative with your designs. So it's whatever you want to do, really, and I hope this has inspired you in some way. If you enjoyed this week's Plan With Me, please feel free to give this a like and a subscribe. It really supports my channel and lets me know that you are enjoying this content and that I should make more of it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.